This episode contains adult language, mature situations, mysterious girls with hidden pasts, evil creatures bent on returning the world to darkness, main characters with courageous hearts, jewelry that grants powers to their wielders, and weird harem fantasy elements. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 281. It's like Mormon married life, but with Green Lantern rings. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Reviews, some podcasts and varying reviews about connecting and enhanced narratives. This is your host, Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, bonjourno, what's up? Yes, I am saying hello to you from the wonderful city of Boston, Massachusetts. Yes, I am there right now at Anime Boston. It is Friday the 30th, and let's be honest, I have two panels today. The first panel is going to be at 1:30, and that is Star Wars. May the Force be with you. Its influence on anime and manga. It's a pretty cool panel, and Doug Wilder will be joining us. And then tonight at 6 o'clock, 20 sci-fi manga recommendations for grown-ups. I'm excited for that one because there are some great titles. Actually, it's at 9:30 tonight. But I digress, because you're here to listen to me talk about awesome manga, and I have one that's pretty good today. Because if you remember from the last... Well, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Beforehand, if you are joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken is a podcast that provides informative reviews about connected, enhanced narratives. Every episode, I'll talk about 1 to 2 manga titles, say the pros and cons about it, and how the art style is, the characters are, the plot, and if it's worth investing in your time in or not. You don't have to get anything that I say, but I try to be educational, entertaining, informative, and most importantly, impartial. Sometimes it doesn't always work, especially if it's a really bad manga, but I try to be impartial as possible. You can check out any of our earlier episodes at spiraken.com. That's Spiraken. You may need the www beforehand, though, because for some weird reason, GoDaddy's weird. You can check us out also on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music Store, Player.fm, Stitcher, and several other social media sites. Just look for Spiraken, and I'm guarantee you can find us. Also, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can also email me personally at Zan, that's Xan, at Spiraken.com. So now that I've got all that out of the way, let's get to the topic at hand. Because if you remember from the last episode, I spun that one, that only the Wheel of Manga. And it dictated on to me that I'm reviewing a manga that's written by a mangaka with the most awesome pen name ever. What is that pen name? It is Maybe. I'm dead serious. It's Maybe. Maybe is the author's pen name. What do we know about Maybe? I don't know. But they wrote this interesting manga, which was published by Square Enix, then it was released under Crunchyroll Digital, but now you can get it as a Yen Press title. All the way back in 2014, it is a seinen series, and there are 6 volumes. It is a action... Excuse me, I got up early to do this so I can get everything done. It is an action-adventure fantasy harem ecchi series, and it is, well, the title of this series is Kekkon Yubiwa Monogatari, or in English, Tales of Wedding Rings. Already dreadful. And this is an interesting take on the harem genre and fantasy genre, because most harem series, it goes that you have a main character who is running around trying to find a girlfriend or finding a love interest, and then they end up getting 50 love interests who are into them, and either they're into one specifically, or they're into all of them, or if they're not into one, but they're into other characters, or they find the girl that they like, but they're going to end up being with someone else because of this situation, but then it combines out of interest. We reviewed several series, from Aikora all the way to Ranma 1/2. You know, there's Love Hina, there's Aorioshi, so many other series. And this one's a little bit different than that because it's got a nice little gimmick to it. Now, it opens up where our main character, he says she appeared out of nowhere, bathed in light as bright as the sun. Do you have a name? Me? My name's Sato. That's my name. And the girl says, I see, what an odd name. You can't tell anybody what you saw here. In fact, just forget about it. He's like, okay. But in exchange for that, you may be my friend. My name is Hime no Kana. And from that point on, Sato fell madly in love with Hime. And eventually he forgot that she came into this world through light, but she's his best friend. They go to school together, they have fun together, and he is in love with her. And it's been 10 years since she appeared. And she lives with her grandfather, who's this weird old man. But he is nice in that weird grandfathery way. And the only other really defining thing about her is that she has a necklace with 2 rings on it. And he always points out that they're rings that are interesting. When they were younger, she said, "These rings, I'm going to give one of these rings to the person I marry, and they're really important to me." And she asks him when he was young, "When we grow up, will you marry me?" And he kind of thinks about all of it, but he never brings it up. And they talk and they're friends, and she's really smart. She's the highest in the class. Everyone loves her. She's beautiful. She has giant tracts of land, if you know things. And he's into her. And eventually, it turns out that she invites him to go out to the summer festival. She's excited to go, but something seems off. And they go, they have a great time. She dresses up in a yukata, and he's going to reveal his feelings about her. He's going to tell her that he loves her. And they share feelings, but she says, "Listen, we're moving tomorrow. We're going back to my grandfather's country, and it's really far away." And he's like, "What do you mean, Hime? You can't leave." And she's very sad about it. And he decides he's going to stop her. He's going to tell her that he loves her. He wants to be with her because he's not going to give her up. He sees a bright light, and he sees her going into this bright light, and he runs in after her. And suddenly he appears in the middle of a church, and she is getting married. And we also find out the truth. Himeko Nanako is not her real name. Her real name is Princess Crystal Novati Nokanayika of the Nokayika Empire. And she is going to be married to Prince Mamoru Gies Gisaris, the second prince of the line. And they will be joined together in matrimony by these rings, which are powerful. And whoever has these rings will become the regality of light and the ring king. Sato doesn't know this. He just sees that the girl that he's in love with is gonna marry someone else. He's like, "What the hell's going on?" Everyone's like, "Who's this guy who showed up?" And she realizes, he's like, "Why are you here?" And it's just very awkward. It's almost he's a gate crasher. They're realizing they're in the same room together. This evil winged monster shows up. And they say, "Oh God, no, it's a monster from the abyss. Whatever will we do? We have to hide the princess or else something will happen." And immediately, Grandpa sees him and says, "Sato, what are you doing here? You gotta run." And Hime, "You have to give the ring to the prince." And Hime gives the ring to Sato. She sees him, kisses him, puts the ring on his finger. So they are now married. And more importantly than that, he now has powers. He grabs a sword. He says, "I don't know how to use this," but suddenly the sword glows with light. And he's able to destroy and banish the monster. Turns out that they're married now, and that the ring that she has is the Ring of Light. It is a ring which bestows the power to purify and repel evil. And it is one of the things that could stop the evil Abyss King from ruling the world and destroying everything. So the Ring King's job is, besides being ruler of this country, is he has to go find the other rings, bring them together, and then he could defeat the evil Abyss King and save the day. And he's married to his best friend, who at first they're like weird nuts, like, "I just married you because I kind of was into you, but you're still my best friend." And then they realize they do love each other and care about each other, and things are going to work out. Even though the Abyss creatures show up and they ruin the castle, they get the king and the queen out of the city because now they are king and queen, king and princess. And as they're going off, turns out that the only way to get the other rings is that our main character, Sato, has to marry 4 other princesses. So it is a harem series where he's going to marry 4 other girls, and the next girl is the Ring of Fire, and she is an elf. And she's really not into marrying an outsider. So she's kind of not having that. And also, Hime has decided that she is going to be wife number 1, because she actually loves Sato, and she's going to prove that she loves him no matter what. It's going to be a real marriage, not just a marriage of convenience. So, what can we say about this manga? The art style is pretty nice, even though it is really ecchi. It's really borderline porn at times. It's not sexy, it's not hentai, but like a lot of panty shots of Hime, a lot of her with her bra showing, a lot of her wearing towels, her gonna do things with Sato and nothing happens, and her scantily clad and her looking super sexy. It's essentially a wank piece. It's a wank piece, but it's not bad. It's got a lot of plot to it, more plot than cheesecake shots, which meaning a lot than ecchi shots. But it's not bad. The art style is decent. I love the way that Yen Press released this, where it's got color pages in the beginning, and then it gets into the actual story itself. It's well drawn. The way the abyss creatures are designed is nightmarish, but it fits this weird mystical series world that Sato has found himself in, because this is another one of those, I've appeared in a magical world and I have to survive, but this one has rules and sets. It's also kind of cool that he has the ring that gives him power, but the fact that he's kind of milquetoast guy who now has the ring of power is a little boring. So, art style's okay, characters are okay. I do feel that it could get more interesting, but I don't think I want to invest more time into this series. It's okay. It's not great. Could be a lot better. So, I'm going to give this a gift from your crazy Aunt Muriel. It is okay, but forgettable. There are better harem series. Ones that are more defined and more interesting. Even though this one does start off where it throws you in there, and it seems more like a fantasy series with harem elements. Because if it was just him and Hime, I'd be more interested in it. Okay, he's now married to this girl and he has to be the savior. That's cool, but now they're throwing the harem element, and that throws this entire story out the window. So I'm going to give it a gift from Crazy Aunt Muriel, okay, but forgettable. Could be better, could be worse, just meh. If you disagree with me, email me, zanspiraken.com. Let me know why you think this is a better series than what I'm giving it up to. I do like the design, though, and I think Yen Press did a great job publishing this. We'll say that, though. So, remember, you can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com. You can email me personally, zanspiraken.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, all those other social sites. And let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about that one. That only. The Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except a substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. Each slot has a different manga tile connected to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the Wheel of Manga. Whatever number it lands on, that's what we're reviewing the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 282. So let's spin and see what we're going to review the next episode, shall we? Number 3. Oh, 3 again. Hopefully we don't get that again next time. Otherwise, we don't think it's 3. So, number 3. In the next episode, I'm going to be reviewing, a crime manga. A manga about crime. Well, kind of. It's a gambling manga that's known only as Life is Money, or Ijime. Sounds kind of fun. We'll see how that goes next time. So, thank you guys for listening to this episode. I hope you guys have a great day. And this is your host, Zan. I am Gonzville. Catch you next week. If you're an anime Boston, remember, check out my panels. All the information is going to be in the show notes and at the website itself. And finally, before I forget, hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to do again con review at the end of the week. So, I'll let you know, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great one, guys. Bye.